Greetings, my beautiful people all around the world. Abantu bethu aba progressive. Welcome to Progressive Podcast. We've missed you, and I know that you guys missed us too. It's your girl Uneliswa, but you can always call me Nels. And you can't doubt, okay? I have my beautiful people with me. Let me introduce.
How's it, my good people out there? Hey, my friend, it's been long, hey? It's been long, and how many months is it, by the way?
Couple of months.
A couple of months, guys. We've been away from the cameras. We haven't been shooting anything. But anyway, welcome to Progressive Podcast. I'm your one and only boy, Usips Jans. Danko. Over to you, Lisiho.
Over to me, Miss OCD. Hi, my name is Lisiho. We just had a little, is it an outside joke? Inside joke.
Yeah.
Inside joke. Yeah, that, I'm so fussy about everything. So hence Miss OCD. But that one is not for the cameras. I'm Lisiho. And we're looking forward to an interesting conversation today. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Talking about OCD, that's the name, ne? Because I know there are so many terms out there. OCD,
OCD.
because maybe I'm not aware of it.
No, it's just if you're fussy about something, maybe that flower,
Oh, yes.
or maybe, if you're just so fussy, there's a breadcrumb on the floor, let me pick it up. Yeah, you're just fussy about even the tiniest things. Yeah,
So
just
you-
being fussy. But please don't ask me what OCD stands for.
But I'm curious though. I really want to know what OCD actually
I think
means.
let's research that one.
Okay, then I'll have to do that research.
Okay, guys, Nina, you can let us know on the comments section.
Yeah, what
God.
OCD actually means, because you're.
Right? What it stands for exactly.
And guys, it's a good July, and we know good July. We just went through some beautiful things in South Africa. Durban, July. It was last week,
Damn,
right?
July, it
Mm-hmm.
was last week, right?
Abantu bebe bahle. When now did you attend or buyibukele? What's happening, or did you read about it?
I actually saw it on TV, bro. I never had the opportunity of actually going to witness the Durban July. It actually happened. I was just sitting at home and I saw it on news, to be honest. And before I saw it on news, I actually saw the headlines before the whole event took place. But the rest, I think I saw it on news. The things that actually happened, who is who of the celebrities, the fashion designers and all that. So I actually witnessed the whole concept of the event on news. And when happy.
With me, to be honest, I totally forgot about Durban July. And then just a few 2 weeks prior, I'm seeing so much, the buzz. It's about that time, especially the marquees now. The DJs are excited.
Yeah.
It's about that time. It's about that. Oh, yes. Because I've never ever in my life gone to Durban July. And I'm one person who's always had the opportunity to go there, because I remember back in school, in varsity, my close friends were studying fashion design. So they were like, no, let's go. It's a sponsored trip by the school. Let's go. You'll be just hanging with us. I know. I'm like, no. And also being someone who knows or somehow liaises with people who are in the industry now, when they're going to go and play there, let's go. Listen, no, not for me.
But what does it actually mean to you, Lisiho? Or even you, Nelly, on the other hand? This whole Durban July thing, what does it actually mean to you, as an individual and also as an artist? Because I know yourself, you're an artist, right?
Yeah.
And Lisiho, on the other hand, you've been on radio at some point. So what does it actually mean to you guys, this whole event?
Maybe should go first.
Durban July.
Yeah.
Firstly, fashion. Uzobona izidayilo, uzobona abantu benxibile.
Yeah.
Like ama-artists, like big brands, like abantu aba celebrated. That's where they come together as one, and ibe lapho bayo celebrate ubuhle. Indaba yamahashi koba ama race andazi kwanto. So
Okay.
for him na fashion njengangoku bendibukele ulanduze umihlali damase outfit yakhe she was dripping in some
Wow.
gold-ish.
What was she wearing, girl? KZN don't does it.
Hayi,
Like,
Fondini,
what was she wearing?
ngibokuglisha, go Google.
I really want to see the attire. bruh.
Zizinto nje ezitsolo apha emacaleni zi-sharp point and all gold and you know and look girl yi-influencer ke sana
Wow.
we started everything on socials.
Okay.
So I was so proud umbona kula level akuyo and how hard she has worked. But
Wow.
she's not the only one but for me the outfit how we build
It was
Your
dope.
A-lister.
Yeah.
So for me it Durban July is fashion
Mhm.
and abantu abaselebratayo our icons babona in one place.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then on the other hand, Lesego,
My side, you know, for me, Durban July, it's one of those tourism events. They bring in people from all over the world, and like Nelly said, in the Mahashi for me,
you guys don't
but-
like horses, bro. You don't like horses.
But for me, when you think of the type of revenue such an event can bring to a place, it's really mind blowing. And I was actually looking at the previous stats, you know,
Yeah.
the previous years, and I just went as far back as 2021 down to 2023, and last year, and it really brings in a lot of tourism,
Yeah.
and also contributes a lot to the country's GDP.
Yeah.
I was also looking at how much the provincial government of KZN contributed to just the media launch this year. You know, they're spending a lot, but they are
Also receiving a
because
lot.
they know they're
Yeah.
going to receive a lot.
Yeah.
And it reminds me of another event that also used to bring in a lot of tourism and attraction to KZN. That was the Summer Awards. You know, when they were held in
That-
KZN, they were bringing in a lot of tourism to the province. But anyway, asikho lapho for now.
Okay, Lesego, can I also ask you one more question? Okay, so do you think KZN does generate a lot of revenue in terms of event organizing, event hosting, things like that?
I think
How do you rate
so.
KZN?
I think so. I think
So, Buffett, we need to go to KZN.
think there's a
if
lot.
ever you want to host an event, I
never
think
mind
KZN
just the
is
beach.
Yeah.
You know, there's a phrase, I've forgotten it, that DJ Tira usually uses or throws around when he's talking about KZ. Yeah. I just forgotten the phrase, but he talks about how it's, the hub of entertainment.
but it is because
So-
like umzekelo you're gonna come to Joburg excuse
Yeah.
me for that Joburg ukulapho into zicreate khona
Yeah.
yabo and then Cape Town I think that's where you go and you enjoy imali yakho then I think umdanso
a place for enjoyment.
Durban
KZN, yes.
Durban and sana I still want to go there and ndifuna ukuya ndiprep I know ya kulo nyaka but financially I was just beka up. So like I do agree with you. Durban is the place to be.
Is the place to go, right? Oh, level.
And speaking of, I'm just looking at Nelly's earrings. This is the theme for this year's Durban July.
Yeah, Marvelous
Mzansi
Mzansi.
Marvels.
Yeah.
And you're wearing the South African flag.
Wow.
And the theme, I think we need to
What
give
a nice celebration.
He's talking about
And she
the
looks
rich
so beautiful
heritage.
on
She's
those
looking
earrings.
gorgeous.
Wow.
The heritage and culture of Mzansi. There you are.
I will,
Just
guys.
your earrings.
Can I just stand up
Can
for
you?
that?
Yeah, maybe the camera is born.
A small, yeah.
All right, guys.
That's it. The theme for this year's Durban July.
Marvelous Mzansi.
Marvels of Mzansi.
And
yeah.
Mzansi umarvelous kakhulu, guys.
Yeah.
And umarvelous in beautiful things and kwezinye izinto.
Yeah.
Because ngoku yabona what we're talking about, it reminds me of lento yenzeka eMzansi edibene ne Operation Dudula.
Okay.
Nabantu
Dudula.
esibhedlela bazifumani
Yeah.
amaphilisi they're not served like oh my gosh like I'm so touched and just understand where they're coming from because benimamele uZandile uDubula
Yeah.
the founder of Operation Dudula and she was pointing out like echaza about how did they get here.
Okay.
So I also feel like they understand her, but as much as ibhlungu ngehlobo eyenzeka ngalo, so I'm in between and ndiyazi ukuthi ndifeel njani about this whole thing.
I think that's a sad note. That's dampening the the vibe, but it's important issues that we cannot ignore. We should maybe get her on the show one day.
Yeah, I think we should. Yeah.
Yeah, we should get her on the show.
Yeah,
one
we
day.
really
When
should.
what's your take on this whole Operation Dudula? When I personally, and Nani, my followers, you can go on our comment section and tell us about your views. Unuti, how do you feel about this whole Operation Dudula?
Yeah, well, for me, it's one of those. I'm honestly conflicted. I understand, but I don't understand. I feel there could be another approach. But like I'm saying, it will be best maybe if we can get the founder or, to sit down with us, and then we can share and dissect it fully. And I'm still on the Durban July hype.
But,
I'm still on the 120, I think it's the 129th Hollywood Bets Durban July. And I'm thinking of how many people go and bet Hollywood Bets.
So it's actually making a money-making mechanism, sort of. It's not only an event. So, because if people do bet on the event, so they're also making money as well.
So,
Wow.
Hollywood Bets, is it the one that's
It's
sponsoring?
it's the main
And of
sponsor.
course, if they're sponsoring, that means banabo there's something that they're getting out of that.
Yeah, because
Abantu
obviously
abaninzi bayabhetha, guys.
a lot,
Who
bruh.
bets?
A lot. But
Who
I
bets?
wouldn't really say gambling is a good thing, hey. But I'm not even actually encouraging it. But all I can say is, if guys, go and gamble.
Responsible
Go and
gambling.
bet, but you need to be responsible about it as well.
Responsible gambling.
But
Yeah.
what is
I
responsible?
think let's touch on that.
I think
What
being
is
responsible about
responsibility?
gambling is not you spending the whole salary. Imagine taking the whole salary from the bank and you go and gamble that way, bruh.
Or let's say
I
it's
think
the
that's being
25th.
irresponsible.
It's the 25th.
So, okay, ungati percentage for wena,
Yeah.
you're responsible. If you're spending how much, mastiba imali yako ye income, it's like 5,000.
5K a month.
Yeah. So, safe wako undaone. Where do we draw the line with that amount?
Okay, guys, I think what you really need to look at right now is the reasons why people go and gamble. People are not earning a lot of money. People are working, people are employed out there, but they're not actually earning a lot of money. Imagine 5K. You can't really sustain a household with that amount of money. So I think we need to look at the reasons as to why people go and gamble.
Okay.
So let's say, for example, I'm earning 5K ngenyanga. I am paying a rent about 2K in a month. Okay, if I pay that $2,000 a month and I'm only left with 3K, I got 2 kids, I've got a wife, I got my mom. You know how we black people are, bruh. Like,
Black tax.
Yeah, black tax. Yo. So imagine. So with that 5K, it's ingena nje already it's gone. You understand? So I think that's the reason why most people go and gamble.
Okay.
Because we're not earning a lot of money. And I think those are one of the things that should actually be addressed. Do you get me?
Yeah, ndiyakuva, but again, indaba gambling is you taking a risk.
Yeah.
Okokuqala ngale 100 rand yakho iyashota yava bawuthi le mali ayoneli already.
Yeah.
So you are having faith. Ayisho mithemba sinalo. Faith we do have as human beings. So yeah, ithatha la mali riska ngayo and then it doesn't come back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because in Zati, most of the time it doesn't come back. That's why winning is a win. It's a special thing. It's not something that
It is
happens
special.
often.
Know when
Yeah.
to stop.
Yeah. But guys, how do you know when to stop?
Look, gambling comes in different forms. And the reason why we're now talking about gambling is because the event is sponsored by Hollywood Bets, all right? So if there are no gamblers, there's no income for Hollywood Bets to sponsor Durban July.
Durban July ayikho.
But let's look at the whole gambling concept or lifestyle. I think it's an addiction. Some people gamble, even those who are millionaires. But there's different levels of gambling.
Yeah.
Let's say it's the 25th. I've just earned my 5,000. Right? I go and bet because I have hope Yogut I can multiply it. Right? And some people go as far as believing Uguting pupile.
Yeah.
Ayaspana
amaphupho. Yeah.
But there's different levels as well of gambling. There's dice on the street. Last week, I literally saw a woman, she was walking away with 2,000.
What?
From just gambling at the taxi rank. Literally. 2,000 rand.
Which tax rank? Pre-tax rank?
No. I wasn't even in Johannesburg per se.
Oh, okay.
But one of the taxi ranks, and she was the only female amongst men, right? And I know
Already that.
I know there's also those who, if you've visited or lived in the townships, I got to explore and I got to witness gambling where people also dream of numbers and they work in China. They claim China. You know, then there's now the gambling where you go to your Hollywood bets and you bet on horses or you bet on sports betting. And there's the gambling at casinos where even millionaires and billionaires gamble, not because they don't have enough income. Not that they want to multiply their income, because it's an addiction.
So,
Stop.
guys, what are millionaires doing in those gambling areas? Because is that a form of addiction, or it's just them not having proper ways of spending their money? Or
it's an addiction. I have a friend of mine. She works at Monte Casino, by the casino side, and she'll tell you about how millionaires, I'm talking people from China, Chinese nationals who will, or Asians in general, for example, even us, they will burn themselves, literally go look for petrol or whatever, pour on you, try to burn yourself because you've just lost 3 million.
I once heard a story, nah? So there's this other guy in Gold Reef City. Do you know where Gold Reef is, right?
Yeah.
So a guy, he went there to gamble. So a guy, I think he was driving a BM, right? A very nice car. So when he got there, I think he lost a lot of money there.
Yeah.
So just when you leave Gold Reef, there's a pawn shop. Just opposite Gold Reef, there's a pawn shop. So imagine
that
those
is not
guys.
by coincidence.
Those guys, it's not by coincidence.
Placed there.
You know, so that guy, when he lost his money, took his car to the pawn shop. You understand? And they bought that car for, imagine, that was an expensive car, a German car, bruh.
Maybe
and they
sold
bought
it for
that car.
20,000.
Yeah, he sold that car for 80K.
Yeah.
Imagine.
So if I don't know, like those people who are doing drugs,
Yeah.
No,
taking
So
it's an addiction.
what I want to understand is this concept of the gambling and having companies like Hollywood Bets having to sponsor such events. I think to some extent it's that money that is being taken from the vulnerable. The money is being taken from the vulnerable to fund those events.
But
It is a business.
Sorry. And it's Durban, July now. It's surrounded by horse racing. Yes. So that is betting on its own.
That's betting.
So of course it makes sense to go to my sponsorship.
It's like giving back by having that event, right? But okay. Can I just point this out? Nah? Can I point this out? Okay, if they are giving back out of those winnings that they're actually collecting from the people, because it's not every day whereby people win when it comes to gambling. So how is the Durban July event, how is it planning on maybe introducing young and upcoming artists, you know? Because when you look at Durban July, they usually target those big artists, Laba Sebantwembo out there. They usually tend to forget about those that are actually starting out. Those ntwanas abahlele emalokishini, you know, those young boys who are creating beats, you know, in the back room, they tend to forget about those people. So what I want to know right now is, how is the Durban July planning on actually implementing a system whereby even those young and upcoming artists can be fitted onto the platform so they can be known, or maybe they can have, you know, that smaller time, you know, of performing, you know, things like that.
I think that is a very valuable point. And now it's up to the Department of Sports Arts and Culture to now say, okay, what's the main department focusing on Durban July? It is, I mean, horse betting is a sport. So Durban July does fall under that department. I think now it's up to the department to maybe come up with that, to say, okay, you marquees, I think there was over 22 marquees this year.
Yeah.
The Afrotainment, I think,
but all of those are big artists.
They should, I think they should make it mandatory to say, let's make an example of the Afrotainment marquee.
Yeah.
I mean, if there's an Afrotainment marquee, Tira is headlining that, I think they should just say, for example, Tira, okay, you bring your Maus. I know they say there was Mau and there was Gugukati, who I believe is his wife, I think. Have your A-listers, your key artists, but it is compulsory for you to have a minimum of 5 to 10 upcoming artists.
Yeah.
Half DJs, half performing musicians to be on that stage. And even stipulate the amount of money they should be paid, because now there's this thing that always happens at every festival, and my blood is now boiling because upcoming artists will be expected to perform for free because you're trying to get your platform, you're trying to get exposure. No, they need to eat.
So that is still happening.
And they need to live as well.
But I know now one of my colleagues, Tato, I've just asked him to send me poster yake. He performed at Durban July.
Wow.
So there were upcoming artists
That's good.
that are performing.
That's good.
So I don't know if that was happening before or not. But if ever being in Gogiana, that means Bangogo, they are evolving to include.
So how did you actually manage to get there? Let's say maybe there's somebody out there who's listening to our podcast right now, progressive podcast, by the way. And guys, don't forget to like and subscribe and share, okay? So if there is somebody out there who's actually listening to this, how did you manage to get there? Do you have any details about that?
No, I don't have any details about it. All Aniti colleague, the only thing I heard was my friendy, they perform with Durban July this weekend, and I was so amazed.
Wow.
I was so amazed. So I also feel like yazi la platform as an artist, yoba uqala performer. We like around the Kasikoma taverns or whatever gigs that are happening, the smaller ones.
Yeah.
Siyakhula kanjena sisonke, and you don't know ukuthi ujoge ngubani. So yonke into idibene nobu artistic with connection.
Okay.
You know? And ubane collection ayithethe ba irongo lonto. Volumlamu yazithethela chomi.
Yo, and guys no. And guys, I'm sorry to say this. I'm so sorry. You know, talking about this young and upcoming artist. Sometimes I think maybe the reason why these bigger events don't wanna have them, I'm not saying they don't wanna have them.
Yeah.
But I'm just speculating. It's just based on a speculation that when you look at guys like Abo Scott's Mapuma, you know, sometimes, these guys, I think they do lack discipline,
understanding.
Yeah, once you get there on top, now you want to look at people as if people are trash, bruh. You speak the way you want to speak about people. Those people are your fans, bruh. And once you get there, you need to have a level of some respect for the people that have met you. You get me? So what I want to say, my question is, how do we, or rather, as an artist, especially you, I think that goes for you, Nelly, as a piano artist.
To every artist up there.
Yeah. So can I ask you this, hey? What you think should be done? How do you actually discipline yourself? Because people go crazy when they start making money.
But I think, Tina, firstly, you are we individual, your personality.
Yeah.
Like I'm not before, I'm not talking about, but I'm known personally. So I start making things like abantu ba expect ukuthi personality yami mayichange nayo, okay? Yonke lento yenzeka in a small period of time. Yabo? If money fame ngoku ingoma yami iyapopha, kuyenzeka I'm getting gigs there and there. So when ulindele ukuthi that thing is just going to change me, awundazi before. But because ngoku nizozibonisa ukuthi ndingubani, you're going to judge me from ba ndingumuntu wabantu. Okay,
from
there's
the
that.
point of fame.
Yeah, but ke ngoku nathi irresponsibility yami, I need to understand ukuthi this comes with this.
Okay.
But ke ukunaza banamaxesha wami bandi snap emntakababa, I'm so sorry.
Okay.
So indaba ka spot mapho ndiyayiva ne. I understand and where the people are coming from, but I also understand naye where he's coming from. Akumandanga, you're not always in a good mood. Into about ube on stage uyashaya performance. Maybe you woke up kanye now you're going through some things and ixesha lo rest alincinci. So ngoku ndihagile, they're not talking about ababahagileyo.
But do you also think it was right for him to say that people did not make him?
Nalapho for me it's not about right or wrong. Yeah, no, he's worked hard. Ne?
Yeah.
if ebenganikeza abantu lento bayithandayo abantu bebengazothenga umculo wakhe ba so ndiyamva kayisithi ba people didn't make him usebenzele but ke ngoku again ngabantu
who buy the music, who download the music, who stream the music.
I gave you what you loved, and now you gave me your numbers.
So what about
we
this
made
thing?
each other kahle kahle.
What about this thing of taking pictures with people, of taking pictures with his fans? Ugai doesn't actually like that. So what's your tag? Do you think it's good for me? You know, if my fans wanna get that pic with me and I refuse?
No, you must know it's part of the job. It's part of the job. You know, I'm one person personally. If I could, I wouldn't post on social media what I'm doing, what I look like, whatever. But because I'm in the media space, it's part of the job.
Thank you.
It's part of the job. So we need to understand what we're signing up for. You said you want to be an artist. This is what comes with it.
It comes with a huge responsibility.
I love Lamise. Lamise took a picture. Can we just give her a round of applause? Lamise took a picture, a video, a whole everything with a fan. And that's someone who was expressing his appreciation to say, you know what, I'm judged. I am judged. I'm looked upon by so many people. But when Lamise, you didn't judge me. You even took me to the Metro FM stage at the Metro FM Awards. That's what a public figure should do. That's what an artist, a creative, a person who's in the public eye should do.
Yeah.
And you can tell she wasn't faking it. She was, whether the fan, you smell good, you don't smell good, she doesn't care.
Can I ask a question on that?
Yeah.
You could see, but she was not pretending.
Yeah, you can tell.
Masimbona, even me, like ingati nature yakhe, she's loving, she's warm. What happens now we opposite? Because galoka sifana singabantu. So dinga pretend I still suppose judge ba I'm hake joke qalede bengamoyanga. But I do understand it comes with the job. But sometimes you can't always be on our job.
But guys, can I say something? You can't cook food for people, yet you don't love people. You can't do something for people. Let's say you're an artist. You can't sing for us, yet you don't love us.
You can't be a chef and you don't like food.
Yeah, you can't be a chef yet you don't like food. So you can't sing for us. And when I meet you somewhere, Rosebank or wherever the case may be, I meet you. And can I have a pic with you? And then you say, "Hi, Mr. Rashid." You get me, and you give me that nasty attitude.
Well, you can be in a rush, honestly.
Yeah,
you
can
don't
be
have time, but
in a rush.
It's how you say it. But look, there's a lot of examples. Scott's Mapuma fine. A recent example, Shandez, the Likompo artist. She went to perform out of the country. She was in Botswana, and she on her social pages. Was it on her social pages? But I know it was trending there. She said, "I haven't seen a single Mercedes-Benz in this country."
Imagine.
Meaning?
Fears. Meaning you drive these cheap cars.
So
She was somehow undermining Botswana.
Yes.
Of not having
Mercedes Benzes. This is a country that is richer than South Africa, by the way.
These people come to you.
And she said that.
Yeah.
Then now, because there was backlash, she then apologized. But that's not a sincere apology. A few years ago, we had Nontle Tema as well. Same country. She's like, everyone here is skinny. You guys all have AIDS. Although she's not an artist, but she's a public figure.
Yeah.
She said that.
Yeah. A few years ago, and she lost a deal with a certain footwear.
Okay.
Of course.
An endorsement. She lost.
Course.
That's when we got to see Nontle Tema going down. Brands started pulling out. So again, this is just to give caution to artists or upcoming artists or creatives. Be careful
or public
with
figure.
What you say because you will lose deals.
Yeah.
You will lose
endorsements.
You will lose
gigs. It's a lot.
You will lose a lot from just one statement.
You even lose fans.
From just
Imagine losing your fans. You know, it's bad, man.
So remember when you're booked
bad.
out of the country, you're paid more.
Yo.
Guys, like I think if I know, I blew it. Like umzekelo uyalala namhlanje le uvuka so una 20 million. You've never even handled 20,000. So like I think what's easy though, we need to learn these things because I don't know if it happens ukuthi xa usayina contract bayakuchazela ukuthi how you should present yourself and nakwezi imaturity or understanding what this job comes with.
Yeah, but I think most recording companies, they don't actually deal with your behavior. They only those guys are into business, bro.
Your talent.
You're bringing business to them.
So a manager yakho ndo ozakuchaza
Yeah,
ukuthi
I think most importantly, it depends on you as an individual. I think you as an individual, you need to have boundaries. You know, you need to know how to handle people out there. You need to know how to handle it, most importantly, yourself. Because if you're a public figure and you go to different podcasts and you say all the bad stuff about the people that are actually supporting your career or your music or whatever the case may be, I think that's on you. It's you failing to take accountability and you failing to being responsible about your career or whatever that you're doing. So I think it's in you as a person. Okay, I've got this, but now how am I going to handle myself moving forward? Do you
I
get me?
agree, but it's a lot to take on.
It's
Hey,
a lot.
Washe.
It's a lot to take on as an artist. Fame,
Yonke into yenza
being in the
fast,
public eye is too much. It's too
So
fast.
kwezinye izinto
Hey.
So
you
you
are
need
learning
help.
as you go.
Yeah.
No, you're adjusting
And
as
you
go.
do need help.
You need help.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just that right here, maybe in South Africa, we're not as advanced as abroad. You know, abroad you have your manager.
Kodwa sinazo tsho me up.
No, there's a lot, a full team for one. Let's look at a big artist, let's say Justin Bieber, for example. You have your artist manager, you have your road manager, you have your booking agent, you have your publicist, that's with the public relations, you have your image consultant. You know, it's a full team. And now this side, because maybe we don't have budgets, maybe we don't have one person is taking on all those roles.
Yeah.
Whereby you need someone who will actually train you. Okay, this is what you're gonna do
Yeah.
and say at this interview. You're not gonna say this.
Yeah.
This is what you're gonna wear. No, you're not gonna
Yeah.
wear this. You know, we need those image coaches, speech coaches. And I'm glad when we're talking of the sports fraternity. In South Africa, there are people who are there to coach these athletes and sports professionals on what to say, how to speak. You don't just come to the progressive
Yoba
podcast and
nguwe
talk.
and be yourself.
I recently saw an interview done by Caesar on one of the podcasts, and there was a bit of backlash to say no, but the presenter, they took advantage of him. Uguti, he's a kid, and they were asking him about his parents' divorce just because he's a celebrity child, you know, for TK Ngiza and Nhlanhla Ngiza. They're like, but they took advantage of him. Why ask him about their parents' divorce? You know, he handled it well, but it could have easily gone south.
Yeah.
Sometimes you will over reveal
Yeah.
information.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes you need to know how to dribble these journalists.
You have to.
You know, so I think it's just an issue as well of not having enough resources to equip an artist with a full team.
Okay.
Yeah, but indaba yenjalo ayo artist issues are about okay ngoku I can't afford a road manager when a guy you're gonna have to tackle all of this.
Is it the label maybe that should, if you're signed to a label maybe?
Yeah, I think because when you look at most record labels, I think they do have, you know, everything like
In-house.
in-house. Like they do have a publicist for you, or they rather do it for you on your behalf. So I think they do have them.
Uba khona umuntu orana social media because that's where
do.
everything goes wrong. Social
They
media,
do have those people.
It's
aba
a
live
very
where you go live,
fast-paced.
Usana, you are expressing you are yourself, forgetting ukuthi you are a brand, and then it comes back to bite you.
So guys,
So I feel like that's the most dangerous one. Aba live. Bakhona ke ababenzayo labhutu soloko anzomchaza banga.
But we must also compliment,
I
you know,
wonder
South
who
Africa,
that is. Ubani.
South Africa is really trying, especially with the creatives. There are a lot of master classes. I'm seeing a lot of master classes where artists are being coached
Yeah.
on legal aspects of doing music, you know, copyrights. There's also a lot of threads that are going on social media, how to protect your music. You know, it's just now an issue of us being informed, looking for that information, and being where we're supposed to be. A lot of people, not just artists, shy away from social media or getting information from social media because I don't like social media, I don't like this, I don't like this. This is the time to really be out there.
Yeah.
Information is accessible, and some of these workshops and master classes are sponsored by the department. So they're free. they are free. A lot of establishments as well. I don't want to promote them, so I'm not going to say their names. I mean, if you want us to promote you,
come on board.
sponsor the Progressive podcast. They're really giving out information for free. For a lot of them. So you as an artist, be hungry for information and get empowered.
Yeah. And it's on because years back, before social media actually became a big thing, izinto bezikade zivela on SABC and stuff. So ngoku yonke laa nto iphayana. So guys, masingascrolli nje sibukela ama-videos sihleke njeni. There's so much izinto ezazikhulisa and transform us to being better humans.
And even podcasts like this. I mean, this is the platform for you to get information for mahala, It's just your data working for you.
But this mahala things, guys, me, I don't actually trust this mahala things.
Okay.
Seriously, listen, can I tell you something right now? You see, like, I wanna respond to what you've just said. These mahala things are a big, big, big problem. Okay, let me give you an example.
Yeah.
If you go to MPD studios right now.
Yeah.
MPD studios, they used to have a structure whereby if you want to do a podcast or if you want to own your own podcast, you can simply book a studio there. You go and shoot a podcast, and then you look for your own editor who's going to edit the whole feed for you, right?
Yeah.
But now what I want to emphasize here is, but when you look at that whole mahala thing of MPD studios, no, I'm not being personal. I just want to say the truth because we've been there.
Okay, what happened? Okay, let me get your experience.
We've been there. Yeah. So when you look at MPD studios, for example, they tend to look at who is coming to do a podcast there. So meaning that, remember MPD studios are sponsored by MTN, right?
Okay.
The time we were shooting there at MPD studios, it was sponsored by MTN. So a lot of people, even big podcasters, would go there and shoot their podcast there.
Okay.
So now I think there is this tendency, or rather it's a system that is being done there whereby they look at you as an individual and tend to judge you on the numbers and on how your podcast is actually doing. Do you understand?
Okay.
So what I witnessed myself, I'm not lying. Straight.
So this is an expose.
I'm not exposing, but listen to me. Having a podcast, we're not about exposing people, but we just want to say the truth out there to the people.
Okay.
We are a platform for people to listen, to learn, and grow.
Okay. Yeah.
You understand? So MPD studios, sometimes you go there, you shoot a podcast with only one camera.
Okay.
And those guys, they work there and they know that you can't shoot a podcast with one camera.
You need like 3, right?
You need at least 3 cameras to shoot a proper podcast. But they will come with only one camera to shoot a podcast.
All right.
How is that possible?
Okay.
So and for you to actually book a studio there are certain conditions that you have to undergo. For example, like you need to you register for MTN caller tunes. You give them,
which
you
is
give
good.
MTN
I mean, that's the sponsor. That's the
sponsor. It is good, but I want you to understand the conditions in order for you to actually get a studio there.
Okay.
I give them a subscription. I give MTN a subscription through booking a studio.
Okay.
Do you understand? And then the service that I'm gonna get is not proper. It's not
who's
supposed
at fault
to be
here?
like that.
It can't be the sponsor.
It's not the sponsor, but what I'm trying to say is we need to really look at this mahala things in a broader way, because there are so many people out there who are doing music. O'Neill's, for example, has been in music industry for a very long time.
Okay.
Do you understand?
Right.
But now the way how the system has been structured,
right,
it really cripples a whole lot of artists out there. It kills talent. Even if you look at Amapiano, if you don't know Maporisa, you can't make it. Gumapiano.
What could be a solution?
If you don't know a certain big guy or ubani bani out there,
I understand when are you saying ukuthi numbers zakho okanye ngokwaziwa kwakho i-treatment differs.
It differs.
Okay.
Yeah.
People don't look at you the same way they're gonna look at uLwandle Nkulu.
But injalo ke kodwa
injalo. But the space is being funded
for everyone,
freely for everybody.
Equally.
So the sponsor now is doing the whole thing freely. I'm giving you my money so that you can help,
Everyone.
equip everybody so they can find their talents or find whatever that they're good at. But the service there is not being done as it should be done.
But I think
Who's
like
to
yethu
blame?
sinazo
So,
thina bantu
it's what I'm
ngaba
trying to
baranayo,
say to
not
you
MTN.
that-
It cannot be MTN.
No, I'm talking about MPD studios now.
Yeah.
The
So,
facility.
Yeah, I'm talking about these facilities that are being sponsored. So these companies that are sponsoring these facilities, they really need to really look at how they actually, or rather the type of service
Okay.
that those facilities that they're actually sponsoring are doing.
So this is similar to going to a public health facility, for example, or you go to any public facility and you expect service delivery and you don't get what you expected. Maybe you go to a hospital or you go to
Okanye
labor
same
department.
clinic kufike ubani owaziwayo okanye
Bamfake
yeah,
phambili.
yeah. Hayi everywhere yazi mna ndisavi umuntu omnyama nomuntu omnyama guys phayani khona inkinga. Hayi khona serious.
but guys, that's when you get to realize, because if you look at most young guys out there, there's so many people are doing beats. There's so many people can actually sing a better piano than those that actually sing right now.
That's everywhere. I mean, right now,
Do you
if you
understand?
and I
But ke sometimes
Why is that?
omnye sometimes
Yeah.
uyakwazi ungabi gifted like kakhulu eculeni, but ipush yakhe uyaphusha. Abe khona lo ugifted eculeni but urelaxed. So ufuna ungichazele ba ufendini mawuyihambela uyifuna uhlangana ube ne like ube kwindawo ezi right ngexesha le right uyayithola into yakho.
But here's something I always say. I always say this. I remember even when I was still on radio, I always used to say this. We are living in an era where we are unlimited thanks to the internet, thanks to social media.
Yeah.
We have no excuse. Back then, you could go and knock maybe at radio stations. Here's my demo. Programs manager or what is it? Music compiler puts it there in the box on a long
You
stack.
pay.
Ulindele
know?
kubo like
Then they want
your
Payola.
future is in their hands.
Yeah,
that
and
time.
then
You
it
need
ends up
to
in that
pay
box.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now we're in an era whereby you can push on social media. It won't be the same,
Yeah.
but it's better. Someone might say, hello, I'm big on social media in terms of observation, not my numbers.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
There's a guy who has really outdone himself. And just by shooting content and posting on social media, he now launched TikTok billing. I'm telling you, that is better than even the original top
Who
billing.
is
which used
this
to
guy?
watch.
Who is this guy, bro?
Snovuyo. Snovuyo.
Snovu.
Yeah, he's originally a voiceover artist. He wasn't big, you know. Just by shooting, go to events, shoot your content, post it, present it in the best way you can. TikTok billing, I'm telling you, check it out.
I will.
It is even better than the top billing we used to watch on SABC3.
Ayidi bethu.
Way better. You know, all you need is your phone and your data. You are unlimited. You'll catch someone's attention. There's a lot of examples I can make, honestly, you know, of people who've really had breakthroughs on just by posting on social media, be it artists getting exposure, be it now in people being influencers, you know, your creativity. Now you don't have to wait in a long queue to go to, I don't know where, idols or, okay, you can still do that, but I don't think it's still there anymore.
I don't think so too.
It's no longer there, but
How do you get there on the idols?
cancellation,
How do you do it?
no, it's cancelled. But I'm just saying,
But-
back then you used to wait for that
Yeah,
one big break
yeah.
to make it. Now you can catch the attention of that big artist
so much
on
better
social
ngoku,
media. I can tell you numerous people who would post content and they were put on stages. There's an influencer, I don't want to mention her name because her numbers are big already. Why should I give extra publicity? DJ Zinhle with her annual event Z Nation, she booked her to go and
Imagine.
perform on stage. So many examples I can make. There's a guy as well who used to, we call him, he was Uncle Don on TikTok. Just because he loves to dance, he used to work at Macro. I'm saying used to, I don't know if he's still there. He caught an attention of American producer and they did a music video.
Wow.
And they gave him, because he used to show his story as well of how he walks to work every day. They bought him a brand new, I think it's a VW, yes.
Wow.
There's so many breakthrough stories I can give you by people who just post content on social media.
Okay.
So you're an artist, push your content on social media. We have no excuse, honestly.
So I think it's better for one to actually get started instead of you wanting to have that big artist calling you.
No one's
you
gonna
need to
come
get
and call
started, Baba. You need to get started. Okay.
Yeah.
That's true.
There's
I
so
get
many
you.
ways to go about it, you know. Sometimes, yes, nagging that big artist to give you a break, it can help. But I know a lot of people as well who know big artists
And
they haven't made it.
Yeah.
You know. And there's another thing upcoming artists should be aware of. Can we talk about this because we're divulging from the Durban July marquees, right? Know how to protect your work, and don't think a big artist will not rip you off, you know? So there's a lot of legalities, there's a lot of red tape as well, you know? So try by all means to get informed on the best way to protect your intellectual property. Yes, I can open doors for you, but I can also rip you off.
That's so true.
You should be a lawyer when
No, but Nyani, serious, hola.
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
seen it.
And I
I've
really
seen
love
it.
that,
I've
seriously.
seen it.
But
Yeah.
it's true when
Yeah.
I say, like, seriously, nalante yoba uqalele ba i-future yakho is on someone else's hands.
Yeah.
That is not true. Noba nandi ukuvulela amacango, but
Yeah.
nam I still put myself first.
Yeah.
If undayibona and ulahlile. Khalela ba.
But-
Kumphansi, uzokhalela ba.
But what usually happens with this record labels, or rather having those big artists signing you, they do have contracts. Like Uzahara, for example. Uzahara, remember where TK News actually found Zahara? She was playing somewhere in Eastern Cape.
Yeah.
So as she was playing there, TK News said, wow, she's got the talent. Took her from Eastern Cape and brought her to Josie. So, you know, whatever that those big artists or record labels do, whatever they do for you, it's always put into consideration. Whatever money, even that 10 rand for airtime that they give to you, they're going to take it.
But it does that for you
Sooner
to
or
get your
later.
brand out there. If kuthiwe uzawuhlala kulo uyibone ba it's a bad contract lena, but it's not binding me for a long time, but izanika a recognition. Then you are teta with yourself.
You might as well
what
risk
can you
it.
stand for? Like we are like singabantu ungamthatha mhlambi la 30% bewuzazi ba wena obudeserve 40. But ke
No.
just for a year, brand yami
You know,
yaziwa.
breakthrough.
But
Yeah,
they
just
don't
for a
give you a
year.
year. They don't give you a year. They can give you 5 years maximum.
Kaloku now we are
And rip you off, bruh.
hayi nawe kulo
The
nyaka
time you come to your
2025,
senses, you're already down and
2025,
out.
you're supposed to
Depression,
go in, senses
frustration,
zakho zilapha
all those
already.
things put together, brother, eating you up like nobody's business.
The year
And
of
then
know
you
your
start
worth.
abusing alcohol, you start
Yeah.
taking drugs, you start doing bad things. Do you get me? Because when you look at most artists out there, bruh, I think what's really eating them up, or what has actually destroyed their talents, is this thing of being raped in terms of contractual issues. You sign a 5-year deal, you're not getting enough money. Just look at Sahara's story, bro. It was so
There's a
heartbreaking.
lot
Is it
of
still happening, though?
legalities. You
It
know
is
what?
happening out there. It's
That's
just
why
that
I
some
say-
people are just afraid to come to us or to platforms like these and expose, you know, such things.
Get
Because
empowered.
did you get me?
Get empowered. Sometimes it's we don't know. Sometimes these record labels did nothing wrong. I'm not making any particular example.
unga understand,
That you don't know the legalities. You don't know what is a 360
Yeah.
deal
Yeah.
when you're signing with the record
Yeah.
label. You don't know what is a 180 deal.
Yeah.
You know?
But
so
for-
you don't understand. When I just happy, Uguti, yay. Last week I had nothing to eat.
Go.
Today I'm making
Kumpopile.
10,000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, that 10,000 per month or 50,000 compared to nothing,
It's a
is a
big,
lot.
yeah.
And then now, because you signed a deal that expects you to make maybe 3 albums a year or 10 albums a year, then you say, "Hi, bo, I'm making more money for them than I'm actually getting." Then I'm
Yeah.
you know.
So yeah, blame ngoku.
Yes, but you signed it. You were not deceived initially, but at that moment,
It was a
50,000
lot.
was a lot.
And then you got used to it after 3 months, and you're like,
And now the
"Yabo."
lifestyle has increased. Like now, You now have more friends. You now have more activities going on. You now have a lifestyle. Man.
So who's to
Lifestyle,
blame?
Soft
50,000 is not
And who's to
enough.
blame? Who
You
is to blame?
are.
To blame.
Who
But
is
you
to blame?
you are responsible for
You're
your own craft.
responsible.
Like seriously, guys, I think we need to move away from la hype. So the kaloko Sahara kwakunini beside wrong deals. God, 2025 we are still doing the same. Anyway, but hyped up, but yeah, niku xesha phani if noba bakunike bangicela uyithatha for ixesha elithile. Uyise noba kuphi mntasekhaya ukhangele noba ofundileyo phako kwenu ke noko akakucacisele kakuhle uzotsho ube nayo iclarity because that thing of getting hyped up and going and signing uzokhala at the end of the day and uzabe you are to blame.
We're gonna give you tissue to wipe your
judging.
tears, right?
Right now, if you were to come to me with any deal and say, "Listen, I'm going to give you 200,000 per month," I'll be happy. I will be happy, and I will deal with everything pambili.
And then like you must cry happy.
And look,
guys,
it's not only
there's one saying that I once had: if you don't have money in your pocket, whatever amount that you hear is a lot of money. Trust me, when you get that 200k, you're gonna realize that this is nothing.
I got that sibs.
I'm telling you,
you know what?
No, but listen, it's how most artists get raped. It's that mentality that you guys have right now
want us
of
to
thinking
wrap
that
up.
if I can get 200k, if they just sign me for 200k,
I want us to
I'm
wrap
okay.
up.
You're gonna cry along the way,
And
and I'm
looking
not
at-
gonna be there to wipe those tears.
I want to wrap up and
So,
looking at. I want us to wrap up and looking at such events, artists. Durban July was promoting artists as entrepreneurs, right?
Yes.
It was promoting fashion designers.
Ooh, sana,
it was
locals.
promoting venues.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
And on the concept of rip-offs, we're only focusing now on rip-offs of artists.
Yeah, well.
There's also promoters
Oh wait,
that
now,
can rip you off.
and we didn't
Alright?
get into that.
There's
yeah,
promoters
that's
that can
true.
rip you off. All right. I don't know the plights that fashion designers go through,
Yeah.
but I'm sure Nabo they
Ikhona
will have.
rip-off kuzo kubonakala
I'm sure now they have their own
bayakha-
rip-offs, all right? And like we're just going over what transpired
Yeah.
at Fashion July. I mean, look at Fashion July, Durban July on the 5th. I saw a beautiful dishcloth dress, all right? A dishcloth made a beautiful dress. Right?
Yeah.
And it's not over for KZN. On the 19th, they're having another extravaganza at Dundee.
With the,
At Dundee.
At Dundee. But
Is it happening?
In many race course. Yeah, on the 19th of July. So if you
July
miss the
is
Durban July, you
big.
can go there. Are you going to go?
Yeah.
Are you going to
Catch
fly?
No, financial, I'm still not fit. I'm still not there.
Come on, Nelly can fly, guys. Hibo.
Look, the KZN provincial government is pumping out a lot of money into these events because they're expecting to get a lot.
Yeah.
You know, they're expecting to promote local businesses, all right? And also talent. I mean, if you're an upcoming artist and you're in KZN and you're not at any of these events, what is it even their fault? Go there and knock at Tira's house if you know where he stays. Afrotainment, what.
Yeah.
There used to be a place which
And
was the
Utira,
hub of.
Utira has given a lot of artists.
No, he
this
has.
stage.
I
don't
remember
know
the Kwale twins.
And I think
I know.
And I think if you're an artist and you're based in KZN or whichever part of South Africa, there's something coming up. What is the event, by the way?
Endumeni
race course at Dundee. Guys, because of Iskati, I think we're about to wrap up, okay? So please, guys, like and subscribe and share this episode on Progressive Podcast. And please, guys, make sure you attend a Dundee event, all right?
Yeah, I think they should also now consider sponsoring the Progressive Podcast. We've just promoted the event.
Yeah,
I mean, I remember in 2023, they hosted over 30,000 patrons, right? And it boosted the GDP of the country just by promoting businesses. Over 1.8 billion rand that goes towards the economy. So even if you're not an artist, even if you're not a fashion lover, but you sell, maybe
find yourself there.
Find out how you can
Find
have a
yourself
stall, how you can
there,
go and sell
bruh.
food,
Yeah.
airtime, boost your business.
All All right, Gamma Progressive people, as we are about to wrap everything up, let's remember to stay innovative. Social media, so scroll like her. Awungena ujoge phansi uthathe nama videos. Wenze lento uyenzayo at best.
Dango.
And don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe.
And subscribe.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Stay
my
progressive.
Right.
Stay progressive.